Both they got the in 1975. If you remember Finbar, he joined to our program in January, and he is a singer. And of course, if you remember, he played beautiful music, and he also shared all those beautiful experience with us. So Maureen is his sister. And also we have another guest over here and who will be helping with the music, Sia, ready. And Sia, as you all know, from Texas, and she will be helping us with the music during the meditation. Welcome everyone, welcome Maureen, Sia, and everyone, wherever you all are. I know some of us are watching us from YouTube, and I would like to welcome everyone, whoever in this program. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. So, Auntie Maureen, I would like to call you Auntie. I know,
Yeah, that's okay.
and
Thank you.
so, Auntie Maureen, so nice to see you. Good morning, and
Good morning.
hope you had a good sleep.
Yes, thank you.
It, yeah. That's so nice to see you. And at the beginning, I just want to say thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Very early morning in England now, right? It's 5:30 must be, right? Yes,
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
in the morning.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's a lovely time for meditation. So,
So nice. Yes, yes. For you, it will be morning meditation. For us, evening meditation,
yeah.
wherever in the side. And Auntie Maureen, we would like to first start meditation whenever you are ready. So I would like to
Okay.
give over to you right now.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? Is
Yes,
that loud enough?
very nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, first of all, if we all raise our Kundalini and tie up the Kundalini 3 times. And put on a bandhan. And first of all, we'll clear the right and the left side. So if you put your right hand towards the ground or on the ground, if you're sat on the floor, and you just ask the Mother Earth to please absorb any of the negativity that's weighing down your left side. And place that right hand back towards the photograph. Put your left hand up, facing away, up and Allow the negativity from the right to pass into the ether. And put your left hand back towards the photograph. Put your right hand on the left heart area. Just say within yourself, Mother, I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am the pure spirit. Put your hand just underneath the ribs on the left-hand side. And you're saying, Mother, I am my own guru. I am in charge of my own destiny. There's a hand down to around the hip area on the left-hand side. Say, Mother, I only desire the pure knowledge of the Spirit. And hand back onto just under the ribs on the left-hand side. May, Mother, may the wisdom of the 10 primordial masters be awakened within me so that I can follow the central path of truth. The hand back up to the heart area, the left-hand side. Mother, may my heart open and overflow with the love, the eternal, universal love of God. Move your attention up to the neck area. Put your hand on the left-hand side. And Mother, may I be released from all feelings of guilt for my past, or any wrongdoings in my spiritual seeking. May I become a universal being. Move your attention back up to the forehead. You grasp at either side with your right hand. You bow your head. Mother, I forgive all of them. By your grace, I am innocent. Say, Mother, I am not my ego. I am not my superego. Let me go beyond. A hand on the back of the head. Tip your head back. Say, Mother, please forgive me for any mistakes I have made in my seeking. And also forgive yourself. Say, Mother, I forgive myself. Place the palm of your hand over the fontanelle bone area. Stretch the fingers up. Move the scalp around in a clockwise. Mother, I surrender all my earthly thoughts, all my earthly desires. Please take me into the Sahasrara, into thoughtless awareness. Raise your hand up. And keep your attention up there. Bring your right hand down. Take your left hand up above your head. Keep your attention up. And bring the left hand down. Allow the vibrations to clear you, take you, keep you up there. Just witness. How we can all raise up our kundalinis 3 times. And put on a bandha.
It was so nice, Auntie Maureen, the meditation. So silent, but so deep.
Thank
It was so wonderful. And Sia, it was so beautiful, the music. And you really
you.
did such a deep meditation all together. I mean, Auntie Maureen and Sia. It was so wonderful. I mean, I'm so into titles right now. And but also, Auntie Maureen, I would like to say, I don't know what it is. Maybe you are in the heart of the universe, which is in England. And when you say the raise to Kundalini, in that moment, I felt so much vibration when I was raising my Kundalini. It was amazing. I think that every each yogi, where they live, everyone represents the quality of that land. I really felt it so much.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Thank, really, thank you
Sri
so much.
Mataji spent so much time here. She really gave us so much to establish it here so that it would spread out to the whole world.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yeah, and we love to hear those the knowledge that she reflected, that she taught all of you, and you all. I know that you all meditated with Srimataji from the 1975, Auntie Maureen,
Yeah.
and but I would like to before that. Why we all? I mean, I want to ask for everyone. How did everyone felt? How did everyone feel during the meditation? Did everyone feel the same deep state and with the vibrations?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I felt so silent within, and especially when she said about leave your earthly desires and take the kundalini up. I felt so completely meditative. So thank you so much.
Mhm.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Very nice. Is there anyone would like to share?
Yeah, just to say thank you. It was really, really nice, and I think it's important to understand that we don't have to say a lot of mantras in order to go into a meditation. Our words are mantras, but the most beautiful mantra of all is silence.
Mhm. Mhm. Very nice. Thank you, Fimbar. So nice to hear you.
Enjoying from Benin. Jai Shri Mataji.
Oh, hi, Yuvan Bhaiya. Jai Shri Mataji.
Happy to be with Auntie Maureen. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.
Yuvan Bhaiya, how did you feel during the meditation?
No need to explain anything. It's beyond the yeah. That is the Ekakarita, the oneness with the world. We have the same, we have the one. Let's enjoy. Jai Shri Mataji. We want to experience something. Let go forward.
We are all excited, right, Yuvan Bhaiya? That's so nice. But before that, Yuvan Bhaiya, I would like to read some messages for Auntie Maureen.
Okay.
So and Sia too. So Finbar says really beautiful, Sia, thank you. And Andrew says that very deep meditation. felt heavenly bliss pouring down on me. Thank you. And Surbi says beautiful. Sima says beautiful. Deep meditation. These are all for you, Auntie Maureen and Sia. Okay, so
And I would like to add one more thing, which was very unique today. When Auntie Maureen was giving us meditation, it's hot here in San Diego. It's around 91 Fahrenheit, and it started raining. When it was so blissful that I never expected it, like a summer rain, but it was out of the blue suddenly. So I felt like, wow, the meditation she's giving us, it's actually Shri Mataji like sent some rain down here, you know. So I felt I just thought of sharing that. Thank you.
wow, beautiful.
Sweet.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So
Thank you.
nice. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy, for sharing such a joy giving.
Yep, always welcome. But it was absolutely at the spot when meditation, she took us to Sahasrara and it started raining beautifully.
Yes. Wow.
Thank you.
So nice, so joy giving. It's like a blessing, like every each of the element, like how when we meditate, of course, each of the element get connected with us. So that's so wonderful. I mean, it's a beautiful, very subtle connection
Yep.
that
Yep.
we had. Yeah, you had it, and you are sharing with us.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. And there is one more message from Ashwini. This is for Sia. Your music is absolutely heart opening. Thanks very much. Lots of love from Southern California. So Carrie says deep, deep, deep. Colonel Kundalini coming from heart into Sasrara. Wow, amazing! Such a beautiful experience of yours, Carrie. That's so wonderful. And just with your excuse, I would like to. I know that Sia has to leave a little early today from us, but I would like to ask because it's so important to know how this music from William Black, the Jerusalem, what is the connection with the Sahaja Yoga and how it put us into deep meditation. Sia, can you please a little bit explain to us, and then we will start for conversation with Auntie Marna. I hope you don't mind, Auntie Marna, because this is really important. You are in the heart of the universe, the country of the England, and we all have to know, and we really need to connect with this knowledge and with this realized souls, the expression and the reflection of the divinity, what he tried to explain to us. And I would like to hand over to Sia.
Hello, beautiful meditation, Maureen. I'm not going to leave early because I'm wide awake now.
Okay, perfect.
And how can I leave when Maureen and Finbar and everybody from Benin is here? So no, I'm going to stay.
Okay, nice to hear.
I'm not going to say too much about Jerusalem because I'm not a very good William Blake knowledge person, but who is Tim. And I would love actually, instead of reading everything out, I'm more than happy to put it in the chat and you can save it and save it aside later and read it in detail because I asked him, because Shania told me yesterday to do music for today. So I asked him last night and he was so sweet and answered, and I can read out a little bit. So William Blake is an extremely deep personality. He's an incarnation and he's a great poet of England, and Maureen and Finbar know much more than me. But Jerusalem is a very famous poem, and what the tune I played was actually this famous tune to this poem, which I think you shared the slide, right, with the words. And the other song I'll play later, and for that one I'll sing, is called "O Holy Virgin." And that one is actually, and I'm going to read this out a little bit. It's, okay, let me start here. So Jerusalem is the divine, oh, by the way, Tim is the blonde person you saw in the very first video with the singing, the main singer. So you've seen him and he was on your program, right? Yeah. So Jerusalem is the divine feminine, a city yet a woman, and represents both the Kundalini within every human being and the Adishakti power in the Virat. So that's just a short part of that. And the Holy Virgin is an invocation to this divine power to awaken it in the world. And the rest of it I'll pop into the chat. So I pass back to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Sia. So, so it's nice to hear, Sia, that you are not leaving so soon, and we will not leave you too. And yeah, please be with us. And between the conversation, we love to hear more music from you. Thank you. Auntie Maureen, we have always classic, but very excited to know from our side, very classic question we always ask in this program. Let's go to 47 years ago, 1975. And so what brought you to Sahaja, Auntie Maureen, in those years?
Well, you may have heard Srimati talk about the 7 hippies in the beginning. Well, I was one of the 7 hippies, and I had a desire to go to India and to find myself. But luckily, I didn't get there, because I think I would have taken a much longer route to find myself. And instead, on the 15th of September, a friend of mine said, come and meet my yoga teacher, but she doesn't do yoga exercises. And yes, there I am on the far left next to Srimataji. I was 21, and so I went along with my friend, who was the lady there in the red t-shirt on the right at the bottom, Maureen, and my brother Pat, who's behind Maureen on the other side of Srimataji. And we went to a flat in King's Cross in London. And all the way there, I wanted to run away. And I had no idea why, because I knew nothing about it other than this lady was a yoga teacher. But something in me was very scared. And later I realized it was all the buildup of negativity that knew it was going to have to go. And it didn't want to face itself. But I was luckily carried on, and we went into this room, and my friend said, take your shoes off. And that was something unusual, but I did it, you know. And it was the flat of an Indian gentleman called Mukund Shah, who was a yoga teacher, as I say. And he had invited Srimataji to his flat to meet his yoga students, of which Marie, the lady in the picture, was one. And we went into the room, and she just said, sit down. And I looked up, and Srimataji was sat at the front, in the front of a window. And my first thought was she was a goddess. And I'd never had that word in my mind before. I'd never used that word, but that's what she felt. And she was working on a gentleman, an Indian gentleman in a turban in front of me. And then after some time, she came to me and she said, how do you feel? And I had no idea that I was meant to feel anything. But at that moment, I just could feel in my hands just such a rush of, well, vibrations, but I didn't know that's what I was feeling. It's just, and I just said, oh, I feel it in my hands. And she said, may God bless you, you've got it. And I had no idea, but I was absolutely blown away. And later, Srimataji said to me that because of my hippie past, my poor Kundalini was in quite a state. and she pinned it up for me. And for 6 months, I was just there to protect me and to see me through changing my life so that I could drop out all the things that had been wrong for me. And that's how I met Sri Mataji.
Wow. So it's so nice to hear going back like this memory, but also Auntie Maureen, when you were with Shumataji, we'd like to hear more. So when did you really start to feel the vibrations? I know Shumataji was staying in England for a long time and many different places. I mean, of course, the first with the Yogi's house and doing public program. And when was really the time that you really start to connect with your spirit and with the vibrations? So
From
you
that moment, I met Sri Mataji. From
really.
that moment. And
Mhm,
we went to see her again the next week. She
mhm,
invited us, we went to another person's flat,
mhm.
and then she invited us to her home. And we went to her house in Icehouse Wood in Surrey. Very interesting title to her place. It was called, as I say, Icehouse Wood, and it was, you know, like going to the Himalayas. And everything she said, everything she did felt like it was at that moment she did it. And when she told us which finger related to which chakra, I knew that if she decided, it could change because it was coming from her, that knowledge. And that knowledge was at her fingertips to give. And she taught us right from the start how to understand everything. She literally guided our feet at every spot. She worked on me personally so much, and to the point where she oiled my head and massaged it to clear out all the, as I say, rubbish from the hippie past. I gave up everything to do with being a hippie immediately, because, as I say, it was just like having a door opened and someone saying, you can now come in, you can now be safe. And there was no need for anything else at all. I couldn't understand. We went places with Srimati, like into a shop. I couldn't understand why all the people in the shop were not bowing down at her feet. And that was her Mahamaya. That was how it would be too much, you know, but I still couldn't understand how someone could look her in the face and not feel that divinity and not feel that joy and not follow her immediately. You know, I brought all my friends, I brought all the hippies, and some of them stuck on and some of them just went on with their lives. And there were very few people at that time who were prepared to change, I suppose. But Sri Mataji said that we could go with her to India. So we saved up, and the next year, so it's 1977 in the January, so we met her in the September 75. My brother Pat and myself and 5 others, and Gregoire de Kalbamatin, we went to India and spent 3 months with Sri Mataji, traveling around. And we were the seven Western foreigners, as she called us. And we got put in the front, always given such attention by the Indian Saj yogis, looked after so incredibly well. And we were, I can remember when I first landed in Mumbai, I should say, my hands were burning because I was still clearing out, to the point where I was having to dig my fingers into my things because, you know, India's vibrations were so powerful. And Srimati was so herself there, not like in the West where she had to wear sort of big coats and things. She was radiant in all her glory. And still we were looked after. We sometimes travelled in the car with Srimataji. We always stayed in the same place as Srimataji. And we went and witnessed hundreds and thousands of people getting their realization, which for us, can you imagine coming from England with 7 of us, was just such a revelation. But it's how it felt. It had to be, and it should have been in the West, but it wasn't there yet. The experiences in India were huge. I mean, absolutely huge. And they culminated with birthday puja in Mumbai. And again, we were brought to the front and given the chance to talk. And Srimashji gave a talk, and she wanted us as Western people to come and talk on the stage, because she felt that it would show that the Indian Sahajogis that see that the West is starting to change and recognize. And she called me over, and there is a picture, I wish I could find my pictures, where she is in a beautiful carved chair and she's leaning over like this. And she called me over and she said, "Are you sure you can talk?" And I said, "Yes, please, please let me talk."
Really? Wow.
So I went and I just said, "It's all about love. It's all about love." And then when we came back to England, Srimati organised, she actually organised an ashram for us because we had no jobs. We had been hippies, we had given everything up. But she said, no, you must get jobs. You must have a proper thing. And so she helped us to get an ashram, and Gregoire was there, and my brother Pat was there, and some others. And then she said, and now we must do a program. So we found Caxton Hall, which you'll have seen on lots of the talks, Caxton Hall. And at that time, that was in the centre of London. It was a beautiful building with many rooms that you could hire, different sized halls. And we advertised in a magazine called Time Out, which was still going. It's where you put everything that anyone wants to know about. And Srimashji, again, at that first meeting, made us all sit on chairs next to her at the front. And I felt like I was burning. I didn't feel I should be there next to Srimataji, you know, and sort of as a supposed spiritual person when I just started on my journey and was just finding out how far I had to go. But she said, no, it's important that you sit next to her. We were all sat on either side like some sort of, I don't know. But the room was full. It was absolutely full. We were knocked out. Can you imagine going from 7 people to an entire room full of hundreds of people? And at that time, after Srimashti gave the talk, and we at last got released from our seats, and we could, Srimashti came and walked down behind every seeker with us following, and she worked on every seeker and gave them all personal self-realization. And then she did follow-up meetings at a flat after each meeting where the people could come and go further. And she did that every Monday, Caxton Hall, we would go and have a meeting with Srimataji. And that's how it started in the West.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So, Auntie Maureen, so can we say that this, in that picture, as you described, the 7 hippies, or 7 at the very beginning when they were in their life, they were 7 hippies, including, you and your brother. So you all are the first Sahajogis in England, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, that's so pleasure. I mean, it is from all of us. We all feel this joy, and this is a really great history for all of us. But it's so beautiful to know one of you, and of course your brother also joined to this meeting, and it's really great pleasure that you all.
That's my younger brother. So it was my older brother that I met Srimashti with first. Yeah.
Oh yes. And I would like to ask, I will go back to India. So you say that when you were in Bombay and you were feeling so hot, or in your hands. So when was the time that you start to feel vibrations? Before you go back to England, did you start to feel the cleansing on your subtle
Oh
system?
yes, yeah. Well, I mean, as I say, from the beginning, I
Mhm,
felt the vibrations, I felt the cool, but it was just that in India, it seemed to shine a light on the things that still needed to be cleared.
mhm.
It's a constant clearing, you
Wow.
know, you
Mhm,
know. Um, I can remember we had a puja before we went to India in England, and we didn't know what a puja was.
mhm,
And we had a havan. There are pictures of us sat with Srimataji. You may have seen
mhm.
that picture that you showed. There are others where we're sat on the ground around a little fire, and that's the first havan. Um, and each time you would clear
Uh-huh.
something more and something more.
Mhm,
Um, and there was one puja where we had, and I can remember afterwards feeling that not even a blade of grass could move unless the divine
wow.
was allowing it, and that the concrete of the city of London was a thin layer, and beneath were the vibrating earth, the divine.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we had constant
Uh-huh.
uplifting experiences
Uh-huh.
mixed in with clearing and clearing and
Yeah.
clearing. And I believe that Shumashti was very gentle with us, like we were little babies.
Mhm,
And we could only take so much
mhm,
clearing because she said it was like a spaghetti. All the stuff was entwined around our spirit. So
mhm,
she couldn't pull it out, it would
mhm.
damage us. So
Oh.
it had to be a very slow untwining and clearing. And I think that still happens now with every new person.
Mhm,
They get that experience and then they have to allow whatever they have picked up in their seeking
mhm,
to go. And each time it'll be a little bit more will release.
mhm.
But it has to be gentle because you don't want to be harmed in any way.
Yeah, wow. Amazing explanation and description about how Srimataji was so gentle, like a
Oh,
baby maybe, right?
absolutely. We were completely. I
Yeah.
mean, the first time I put on a sari, she gave me a sari and she told me how to do it,
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't understand. So she came from behind me,
Mhm,
and she put her arms around me and said, "I have to put it on as if I'm putting it on myself."
mhm.
And she did the sari, and ever since I feel like a sari is like putting Shimasti's arms around me.
Oh wow, wow, so beautiful. And this reminds me, Auntie Maureen, Srimataji, I don't know in that moment, but you tell me, please correct me. Srimataji explained about the sari and the woman. The connection
Yes,
of the
yes.
sari and the woman is so beautiful. The way she explained to you. Can you please tell us to here right now?
Well, that it's both for modesty and for um, to the power of the woman is the love behind the curtain. So it's very, very powerful, but it's subtle and it's encased and behind this beautiful material
Mhm.
so that it's not on show,
Uh-huh.
but it's still adorned. It's still the power behind the curtain, and that's how I feel when people talk about emancipating women. You
Mhm.
don't want to be out there with your sword, if you like. Your power is within, and it is subtle but very, very strong.
Mhm.
And if you try and go and go out
Mhm.
so that you're saying, look at me, you dissipate that power. It has to be kept deep within you and it radiates. And I think that if anyone has ever been to, say, an Indian home,
Mhm.
the mother doesn't come forward and push herself forward, but she is like the solid Guhalakshmi power of the household. without which you feel the house would sort of crumble.
Oh.
Her strength is incredibly subtle and not in your face, if you like.
Yes, yes. And also you told me in that very first meeting, the woman's power is behind all the sari.
That's right, yeah.
Am I,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The power behind the curtain is the
yes,
way
behind the
Shrimashji
curtain,
described it.
yeah. Yeah,
And I
very,
always feel when they do like this, you know, it's like that. You're behind the curtain, you know, you're sort of reserving yourself.
yeah, yeah, and like very humble way. They don't show their
Yeah,
power.
yeah,
They bear
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yes. A woman's. It sounds like an old-fashioned thing that a woman's job is to bear. But if you think that's what we are, we don't react.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when a child comes to you crying, you don't go, "Oh my God, what's the matter?" You go, "It's okay, you'll be all right." You know, that it's that you absorb whatever is happening, and you have that strength and power to do that, to not panic and get into a sort of state, because your heart is your strength.
So nice, so beautiful. And I will just go back again. You said, I mean, the power. Of course, our humber as a natural, the being female is within us. But when once we get connected with the spirit and with the God Almighty, so this power also manifests within us. But also in the same time with you, Auntie Maureen, you say that when Srimataji was teaching or showing how to put the sari, the power of this divine power, and since she put it and you always feel around you, right? You said,
Yeah, that's right. It's
wow,
like her arms are around me. Yeah.
that's so beautiful. We feel it when we image it, when you say, oh, each moment with Srimataji. I'm sure everyone is feeling when I put in my attention on those moments. I really feel goosebumps, and I feel my sasrara on my top of my. I mean, I feel my kundalini on top of my sasrara. It's so joy giving. It's these are the treasure moments.
Yeah.
But right now, for us also to listen, this is a great pleasure, great moment for each of us to listen, to have this experience from the one yogi who you are today. And it's for us is a really treasure to know and listen it from you, Auntie
Oh,
Maureen.
it's my pleasure. But I feel that Srimashji gave me so much time that I to share that and to be there is part of my job, if you like. I mean, before we actually started meeting, Srimashji once took me on the tube in London to a ladies' meeting of Indian ladies, and all the way on the tube she was instructing me how to talk to to introduce Sahaja yoga. And I was absolutely terrified. We'd never done anything like this before, and I didn't know how I was going to manage. And she was telling me, and nothing was going in. I was just like, I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do this. And we got there, and Srimashji sat at the side of the stage, and I was sat in the front. And I started to talk, and Srimashji was telling me, now say this, now just mention that. And then suddenly I realized she stopped telling me what to say, and I was just saying it. And it all just came. And I realized that I didn't have to think about anything. It all comes from inside, all comes from the spirit. And it's such a release, that you don't feel, oh, I have to know everything, I have to be something, because that knowledge is all within us. And later on, when I went to university and I started meetings, and I can remember there was a room full of people. I was totally on my own, and I walked very slowly up to the front, thought, right, I'm not doing this, Srimataji's doing this. I turned around and all the right words came, and everything just flowed. So it was she taught me literally how to do it all.
Wow. So that's so amazing. Does it like you earlier you told me that like Shumataji, you and those yogis were spent time about 6 months. So that is the time that you were getting all the knowledge from Shumataji. That is the time. That is the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she went away to India. We saw her from September to Christmas time. She went to India, and then we were on our own. And then she came back after her birthday puja in 1976. And then from then, sort of March 1976 to when she went away. So that was another 9 months, if you like. We saw her every week. And then in the January, we went out to India and had 3 months with her in India, traveling around. And then she came back to England and we started the meetings. So it must have been later, 77. So we were being instructed for a very long time, but it didn't feel like instructions. It just felt like being out of this world. We were just with her, and I mean, we went through all sorts of ups and downs because there was a lot to clear out, But she at every time was just like a mother. She had to sometimes scold us, but in such a sweet way. She never sort of said you're doing things wrong. She would just say, perhaps maybe
Yeah. Yes.
you could try not to. She, in every way, she was a mother to us.
Yeah. Wow. So nice. And how was the feeling when Shumataji was giving oil massage to your head? And can you describe us how is it?
Well, when you meditate and you feel things working out in your head, you literally can feel your head moving. I don't know if you've ever felt that when you're meditating and it releases. It was like having that, but at 1,000 times, because it was releasing in every way, and I was physically having to stop and go and be sick because there was so much to come out. And then afterwards, I just felt incredible, and it's so hard to put into words. It was just it was a workout, but on a spiritual level.
Yes. It must be. It feels like when Shumataji, as you said, we all have a tangles on our subtle system and including our spirit. I think when she saw in each of you, all the tangles are already come out from your subtle system. And when you all start to get connected with the spirit, and I think that was the time to leave or to visit the other countries.
Yeah. Yes. Because she said that to establish the heart, because the heart has to live and the heart has to be strong, and then it had to go out, and then she started going to the other Western countries.
Yes.
But for a long time the English had to be worked out because we had a lethargic left side. So you might hear some talks about the lethargy and things like that, but there is, and there's quite a bit of the ego of the English going all over the world and claiming countries and things like that. So there was a lot to work out here, and still is quite a bit. And I think, well, I believe that what's happening now in the world is that at last the cancer has to come out, that was covered up by politeness and good manners and all that kind of thing. But and Shumashji started that process to get us to break out of we had the values were here, but they were based on the wrong things. They were based on us becoming a great power. And Shumashji told us it was only because Sri Shiva was here, that the English enabled to go all over the world. But instead of going all over the world and doing good, we went over the world and conquered and took. So it was a bit like a child, you know, sort of going off without the restraints and understanding and the depth to know why you have this power, why you have this ability to do everything. So now it has to come from the right place from here. We have to remove all the ego desires and follow Sri Shiva.
Yeah, wow, amazing. So I just I would like to interrupt. I mean, I want to interrupt about this Sri Shiva and the connection with the universe of the heart. Did everyone able to connect it? So the heart of the universe is England, and Sri
Yeah.
Mataji came to England in 1975, and without opening the heart, without connecting to ourself, which is the spirit, and that we cannot connect to all pervading divine power, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's amazing connection. First, Sri Mataji came to England to open the heart that it can reflect this connection that is through the you to everyone. I mean, because
Yeah.
the heart has to open and has to go to other countries,
Yeah.
whole world.
Yeah, yeah,
This is one of you and the other Sahajogis in those years who got the self-realization. When I'm talking, I feel so tremendous vibrations, Auntie Maureen. This is amazing. This is so wonderful. And as you said, as Sri Mataji told you all, here is the Sri Shiva's place. As we all know, Sri Shiva is in our heart, right? So have a wonderful connection. So I'm so sorry to everyone. I'm keep talking, but I would like to hand over to you all. If you would like to say or ask any question to Auntie Maureen, or if you have been in, I know Kerry has been in England, and if Finbar would like to talk, say anything about this moments, or ask any question to everyone. This question is for everyone. Please, now is your turn.
Hi, Auntie Maureen. This is Satish here.
Hello.
And it's
Hello,
amazing, beautiful experience. What you shared are like divine gospels, you know, they're so valuable. But the experiences that you shared to all of us, to humanity, I think in the future, down the road, people will hear this, they will know. It's like amazing because similar to what you felt, like when you saw her first time and you felt she's the goddess. This is the exact similar experience I had. Sahaja part I understood later. I wanted to, I was trying to understand her. I was trying to seek her more than Sahaja, and Sahaja that came automatically, just unfolded by itself, you know. So yeah, this is very beautiful experience what you shared, and also very nice to know that you were one of the 7 yoginis who were there in England. Shimataji used to tell, I invited those people in my home. I gave them food, took care of them, and Sir CP was like, "What are you doing? You don't even know them."
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. What are these people doing in my house? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Such amazing. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll give chance to
It's a
others to talk.
pleasure.
Very nice
pleasure.
meeting you. Hopefully we'll see you in person someday.
Yeah.
Is there anyone to ask any question to Auntie Maureen?
Hi, this is Sandeep again. And I don't know, maybe Satish and maybe you heard this place, what Auntie Maureen described when she went to India and she felt a very strong vibrations from the land. I was in a place called Sedona. It's in Arizona. And there is a point there for some energy center, they call it. And I went there, I think some months back, or I don't know exact time. But then I sat there and had my palms open. It felt so strong. So the vibrations come really strong. So there are some energy centers, I believe.
Yeah.
And there is one place called Sedona, very close to our Southern California. So I felt similar experience when I went to that place. So just thought of sharing what you were sharing earlier. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Sad. It was beautiful
Thank you.
experience. Very nice. So it makes sense to go there to feel the same vibration.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so Auntie Maureen, is it how about now we can continue with the, of course, vibrations always there since beginning. How about we can continue to feel these vibrations with the music? So we can hand over to Sia. Sia, you are with us, right?
Yes, I'm still
Yes.
here.
Okay, you didn't sleep yet.
No, no, not at all. Actually, it fits very beautifully, this song "To Morning," because the words, if you share the slide that I made today,
Okay.
because I know it since yesterday. Sorry, I just have to tease you. Oh,
But
English
you
are
told
very
me,
good at humor and teasing, by the way, so I picked up a lot over there.
I know, but you told me,
Um,
call me anytime, whenever you need help.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the
Why
time.
not a day before? So hence this improvisation, which I made today, on the song "To Morning." And I had to think when Auntie Maureen explaining how we tie how Shimadri showed, that's such a nice story with the sari. And the beginning here, "O Holy Virgin, clad in purest white." And hasn't Shimadri always done public programs in white sari? So I just thought I'd pop photo there for you, and I hope you enjoy the tune. Maybe this time without birds. Let's see.
We always enjoy with your music. Yeah.
Always like the birds.
Sia, as always, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's always nice excuse to have you in our meeting, Sia. I think you are mute. We can't hear you.
Next time, maybe you give me 2 days.
Yes.
Thank
Nice,
I just
nice seeing you, Sia.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. We miss you a lot here.
Miss you too.
So Sia, I just tested you how fast you can be.
Oh,
You can be ready for the meetings. Sorry for, I mean, I know it was looking like last moment, but
No,
really,
it's all great. It's all
I
great.
really appreciate so much.
We're all instruments to be used anytime we're needed, right?
Thank you, Sia.
I
So
feel the holy Lucia after this beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you so much. The vibration was incredible. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for the amazing stories and amazing music. I feel great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
wow,
you.
so
I feel
nice.
like when Auntie Maureen was talking, she just made the stage and presented everything and put us all into this feeling and this atmosphere. So, that just inspires the music too, right? This Finbar can surely answer to that too, like how we just reflect our feelings in our music after what we just heard, right?
So we inspire to each other,
Yeah,
right? Being
exactly.
collective.
That's what I mean.
It's the conclusion.
That's it.
That's so nice, very nice. And
Sia is really special person. You're so lucky to have her in the States, and we want her back in Europe.
oh, we
In my
will not
ears.
give back to her. Oh.
Well,
She's
that's why
out
we
on it. She's
Yeah.
out
that
on an extended loan.
well, that's why we left Finbar in Europe, because he's got to cover Europe, right?
Yeah, but when I go to London to play, I don't have a violin player anymore.
Oh.
Oh, Finbar, I have a answer for that. I mean, Sia has her violin, and you can be here with us.
I don't know if you've ever tried to do coordinated singing on a Zoom call, or even everyone saying the mantra together at the same time.
But I meant you can start to live with us because you want Sia to be with you in your place. But so Sia is with us right now, so you can come here, and she has her violin, and we can all have you together in one
Okay,
place.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
we do a Finbar USA tour, right?
Yeah, we can
Then
do a
I'll join you.
Vilamba.
Wow.
Vilamba goes to
Exactly.
America. That would be lovely. That would be very nice.
Exactly.
So you
Wow.
come with me around. That would be lovely.
I would totally. I'll
And we
come.
can bring Maureen to tell stories before and during the concert.
There you go.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Auntie
An
Mar.
idea
I
is
agree
born.
with you, Finbar.
I have to say something about Maureen. Her and my brother Pat, they went to see Sri Mataji, and after a few weeks, Maureen wrote me a letter to say how amazing this Indian lady was. And I think this was like October 1975. I still have that letter. And she told me absolutely I had to come. And I confirmed that also I was terrified the first time I met Mother. There was something in me that said, run away, run away. And this was part of the hippie culture, was to do things that you were afraid of. And that stopped me from running away, strangely enough. And I came and had this lovely experience, but I wasn't ready. Maureen and Pat were very patient with me. I was the difficult younger brother, and it was years later that I came along. So I unfortunately missed all the close times with Mother. And by the time I arrived, it had gone from a few people in a flat in North London to 600 people at a puja and Shudi camps. And wow, and I remember being at a meeting and someone said, so how do you know about Saj Yoga? And I said, because my sister practices Sahaja Yoga. Oh, what's her name? I said, Maureen. And they said, what, the Maureen? And only then did I realize that, how much work they had done on themselves and helping to create, with Mother to help to establish Sahaja Yoga at the beginning, and doing these programs when, we all know what it's like to stand up for the first time very nervously in front of a full hall, hopefully a full hall, and speak about Sahaja Yoga when nobody feels they're ready. But you're ready when you're ready. When you have to be ready, you're ready. You stand up and you do it. So very proud of you, sis.
Very blessed.
Really nice. So nice to hear from you, Finbar. So nice. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And it is so beautiful, like you, Finbar, you and Auntie Maureen and Patrick and Mark and Grace, how
Varshna.
Krishna,
Varshna. Yeah.
yes. So makes us to call you all in one place. How about that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
It will be so nice. When I think this, because it is so long, it is in my attention. It gives such a excitement for me, and also to bring you all and introduce with the other great souls who are in here with us. So
Yeah.
it will be really historical moment for all of us.
But I have to say that one of the things I feel is how deep the seekers are now, that they come, but they don't get to meet Sri Mataji. So, Sri Mataji wants to put us in our place. So do you understand that they have to put the tough old stones in the foundations? And now we're getting the gems.
Yes.
And I really bow to the new seekers. They are such amazing people. They get it and they understand and they feel it.
Very true, Auntie Maureen. I really bow to everyone too. I admire everyone. Whenever I have a personal a conversation with them, I always mention it because it's amazing. And some of here in this meeting, and they never seen the collectivity yet. And since 2 years, some of them 1 year, some of them 6 months, they are with us, but their recognition and the feeling of the vibrations is amazing. And they have seen only the yogis, maybe 10 yogis in this program. I mean, because we do everyday programs, and this is the time, this is the place, I mean, very humbly I want to say, to make close each of us in Sahaj family. What is Sahaja Yoga? What is how we can connect the whole world? Of course, we get connect with our meditation, but who are those other beautiful, great souls? And each of us in this meeting, all of them is germ, and is really I don't know how did they able to feel this vibration, because in my time also it was very hard to feel the vibrations, the recognition. It took so long, but it's amazing. I really admire to you all, whoever is new over here. And I bow to everyone. So and but there are some messages for you, Auntie Maureen. I don't want to miss it. So Melissa says in our meeting over here right now, she's also new, and thank you so much, Auntie. Very beautiful meditation, such strong vibrations. Jai Shri Mataji. Sia, your music helps so much to stay focused and for my thoughts to not wander off. Such a beautiful memory to have, she says. And Thomas, wow, tears of joy. And Silas says, beautiful, Sia. Melissa says again, we need Auntie Maureen and Sia here every night. Wow, I like it.
Okay.
That's so wonderful.
Well,
I want to read again if we need
you
Auntie
wanted
Maureen.
notice here.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be a 1 hour notice soon.
Yes.
Sinead, can I just say something? A miracle has just happened. We've been praying and praying for rain in Cabela because it's so dry here. And it suddenly started raining. There was no forecast at all.
Yeah.
And it suddenly started raining. So thank you so much, Sia and Maureen and Sinead for that. That's fantastic.
It's amazing. Finbar is not only in your area in Italy, and Sandeep also said, who lives in San Diego, which is south part of the California. And he said also the rain started during the
Yes.
meditation and Sia was singing too. Is it?
Wow.
Yes, exactly. Same
Wow.
thing.
In Texas, we're still waiting, but I'll let you know when it starts.
Oh, that's so nice. I would like to continue this message. We need Auntie Maureen and Sia here every night. So beautiful. Thank you so much. So lucky to have you both here with us tonight.
Oh,
Wow. So this is from Melissa. It is indeed. I really feel the same thing. We all feel the same thing. Sahaja says, thanks, Auntie Maureen. Wonderful recollections. So these are for you all. It's amazing. So Finbar is amazing. Of course, you live in the center of the spirit in Italy, and so connection with the heart, and it has to be the reflecting right now through the Maureen where she lives in the land of the heart, in the land.
Yeah.
Of,
So lucky, so blessed to be here.
enjoy it, and you are is also living in such a place, and I mean there is always blessing. I just want to, because you know that's one of the things reminds me. Auntie Maureen said the shawl of Srimataji she feels all the time around her as a protection. It's amazing. This was the, like a few weeks ago when I saw a dream about the Kabbalah. Srimataji said in my dream, the door of Kabbalah is protected and covered with my shawl.
Wow.
So
wow.
I don't know, suddenly
Wow.
it came to my attention about the shawl of Srimataji. And so that dream, I don't know how many I could able to tell, but right now you are talking in the land of the heart place, and the place of the Kabbalah, of course, is a special for everyone. And so that dream was very, I
Well,
mean,
please
so tense.
all come to Cabela. Everyone should come here. At least one time you should come. And
Yes.
since it's opened up again after the pandemic, we had this beautiful Sastrara Puja and Adi Shakti Puja, and it just seems so deep to be able to be, you know, because we've all been separated in this last couple of years. To come back together again, it's even deeper than before. It's fantastic.
Yes, I am sure we all are sure. Yes, we love to. I think our daughter would like to come this year. So if we cannot come, just she will represent for all of us from the United States, or I don't know whoever is coming from here. Yeah, thank you so much, Pimbar. Yes, we love to. I hope next year we will all come. So, Auntie Maureen, would you like to add anything to share with us in this moment before we end the program?
Yeah, so I've gone thoughtless now.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
Sorry, I'm just saying I've gone thoughtless now.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, just that, as I said before, the amount that Shrimati worked on us. One Saj Yogi once asked me, it was actually Aerofin from the Finnish Rasmus. And he said to me, so you've been a Saj Yogi at that time, it was so many years. Have you ever thought of leaving? I said, no, I'm afraid of being thrown out, but I never think to leave. You know, sort of kicking and screaming if someone said, you know, you have to go for whatever reason. But at one point, Srimati said I had to leave the ashram because I was still caught up. And she said, it's the only way to get cleared out is because sometimes when you're right in the collective, the negativity uses you and you get if you're not strong enough, it's very hard to get clear. So it's interesting for a new person to know that sometimes you have to take a little step back to allow that negativity to go away so that it's not so hard to deal with. But I found it absolutely devastating that she said I should leave the ashram, not to leave Sahaja Yoga, just the ashram. And she could see how devastated I was. So she was stood in front of me. So she came beside me and she said, we just have to stay like this so they go away. And then she came back in front and said, yes, you have to leave. You know, so even at that moment where she was telling me, you know, being a bit tough, she had to sort of come out of the stern aspect and come and be the mother and say, yes, it's all going to be fine. You just have to say like this. And I just never forget that absolute sort of very, very sweet way to deal with how to face yourself and how to deal with your problems, and know that mother is always there, even when she's saying, right, this has to go, because actually she's talking to the negativity. The negativity has to go. And when we can talk to the negativity and tell it to go, then we don't have to go anywhere. So
That's so beautiful, beautiful moment, Auntie Maureen. So I know its time is running, but Auntie Maureen, I know it's not enough, not so much we could able to. I know you have so many things to share. Definitely, as I mentioned, if everyone can come into program, and including your husband, Mark.
yeah, when Mark's back,
Yes.
yes, he's dying to tell you about our wedding.
Yes. So, and then of course we will wait all the pictures whenever you can, whenever you are ready. So, and Auntie Marin, what tip? I mean, I don't know if it is a good word. What you can give it to us that always remind us and to bring us and bring or lifts up the spirit all the time, not only in the meditation, in our daily life, that we can continue to be in the state of the thoughtless or connect with our spirit, what it helps and what we should do. Please tell us with a few words.
I feel that the most important thing is to witness, because whatever's happening to us, and all sorts of things are happening all over the world, it's not that you're detached and it doesn't touch you, because you feel these things. We have to feel them with the instruments. We have to allow them to go through us, but to witness it so that we see it happening and we feel the emotion, we feel the anger, whatever it is, but we don't let it consume us. Because if you allow it to consume you, then you're not being the channel, you're not being the instrument. So to witness it, but to fully feel it. I was listening to a talk the other day, and Srimati said that people keep saying to her, Mother, do we have to give this up? Do we have to give that up? Do we have to surrender our family? Do we have to surrender? She said, no. Do we have to give our heart? No. I don't want your heart. I want your heart to be in you, you know. She said, you just have to give up your ego and superego. That's it. So, you know, we witness those ego and superego reactions where we get upset or we get angry. So, what is it?
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So this is the conclusion for the being a spirit or connecting with our spirit and have the control of our ego and superego. Thank you so much, Auntie Maureen. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Sanai. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing. It's you should be very proud. I'm very impressed.
You're great. You're great.
No, I mean
Big
it
handfuls
is.
and I.
No. I mean, of course, it's a pleasure to hear these kind words. But it is without you all, so we cannot have this connection. And I'm
Yeah.
just a little. I always say I'm just a little sparkle, and the
Very
connection.
big sparkle.
Big
An
sparkle.
instrument.
Fireworks.
I mean, so this
But
is
thank you.
all of
Thank you.
you, whoever is
Thank you
here.
so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much to you all. And I really admire to your, I mean, whenever I ask every Chogi auntie, including you and of course Finbar, because the time is quite early for you, 5:15. And when Finbar joined our program, it was 6:15. And I really admire. And one time when Tim Bruce joined to our meeting, it was 4:15 a.m. in morning.
I
And
remember.
so it is amazing. This is the like, I mean, this is the example of the being a spirit, how we can be detached with our, the body and the conditions and the mind. And just they always say, yes, it's my pleasure. So I really admire and I really appreciate it for all of you, whoever is joining, including Sia. It's just, it was one day before, so you were ready. So I really thank you so much from my heart to everyone who joined the program and who are in here in the meeting, who are watching us and enjoying with this precious moment. So I admire to everyone. Thank you so much for joining, to all
Thank
of
you.
you. And I would like to request one thing from Sia, if it is possible, to play just a few minutes music that we can go on more deep meditation, feeling the vibration, if it is okay. Auntie Maureen, are you okay with the time?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want
I'm
to say
fine.
goodbye yet to you, but if you can stay more with us just for
Of
a few
course. Of
minutes,
course.
yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I know we close to time, but please don't hesitate. Who needs to leave over here already? It is in night. Maybe in Europe, whoever is over there is maybe a working time is coming. And but I really thank you so much for joining the program. Who has to leave right now? Please do not hesitate. And but we will all see you next week again with another Sai Yogi in this program with the same link. So now Sia is with us.
Okay, that was the quickest you've done, the 1 minute heads up. Let's end with the Sahasrara mantras, I think fits.
Mataji. Thank you so much, Sia. Thank you so much for staying so long with us, and take
It's a
care.
pleasure, pleasure. Have a good night. Greetings to Europe, to England, to everybody. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Good
Bye.
night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. So, Auntie Maureen, thank you again to you for joining to our program, and it's really a pleasure to have you, and also thank you so much for sharing all those precious moments with us, and there's a really historical moments for each of us. We all feel in our heart, and of course with the vibrations, it's tremendous vibrations is going feeling since beginning of this program. And we love to have you again with your husband Mark, and also the other yogis, your brother and your sister-in-laws, if they can come in the another program, that would be so wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Excuse me. Thank you, and lots of love to you, and take care, and please keep in touch, Auntie Maureen.
Yeah, and you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So, Auntie Maureen, there is one more message before you leave. I don't know if you could able to read it earlier. From Gabby. She says, thank you so much to all of you for such a wonderful meditation. Thank you, Auntie Maureen, for your music and sharing your experiences with with Sharmataji. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses. Thank you, Auntie Maureen, for your music and sharing your experiences with Sharmataji. Thank you for putting this together for us to rejoice in beautiful vibrations. This is the last one. And one more from the Finbar. Great, Sia. Melissa says, Auntie, visit us soon. This is a wonderful message too.
Okay. I've never been to America, so
then it will be so wonderful to have you here, and we will be
I would love to.
so happy to host you in here. Yeah, first Melissa invited, after visit them, please come to our home.
Okay.
That's so
Great.
wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you, Auntie Maureen and Sia, and to all of you who always joined to this program. And the Finbar, it's so nice to hear you, and also from Benin, Yuan Boyo, who is from Africa. So we heard them, though they are all joined to our program earlier. So please take care, and lots of love to you wherever you all are, and please take care, and whenever you can, please join to our program again next week and with the same link. I know Auntie Maureen and Finbar is quite early for you, but whenever you feel morning meditation after or before, so just join us.
Well, just send us the link. Yes, that would be lovely.
I will, with my pleasure. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.